What's going on, everybody? This is Ross of the Misfit Effect. And of course, I'm joined with my wonderful, spectacular, always fun co-host, the lovely Miss Sarah Lace.
Hey guys, I am back, and today I am actually au natural. Decided not to wear makeup so I can just wear it all for you guys. And we'll get really deep in this conversation today. Because looking at this beauty, she seems like the kind of girl that makes me want to make mistakes and just feel happy doing them, you know? But like this, I don't know if she's the girl that you bring home to mama, but you may want to. Because look at this gorgeous beauty. Megan Mistakes.
Hello.
Hello, gorgeous.
And before I have you introduce yourself, I want to say this. When I first seen your name, period, I'm like, that is probably one of the best name puns I have ever heard.
Absolutely. I was like,
Megan,
yes.
I'm like making mistakes. That is brilliant. That is brilliant.
When I was camming, it took a while for people to like pick up on it. But like now that I'm shooting, more people like catch on to it. But I think it's because they like say it out loud instead of
Yeah,
reading it on a screen name. So
that's true. That does make a big difference because sometimes I'm reading something and it doesn't like focus until I read it out loud. Then I'm like, oh, that's what it is.
right.
Absolutely.
So real quick, like for those unfortunate souls out there who don't know who you are, who is Megan?
Oh, that's a loaded question. Um, I mean, I'm making mistakes. I started off camming back in 2017. Um, it'll be actually 8 years in October. Started doing studio work last. I think my first scene was. I say May because it was like the last day of April, so I don't really count that. But my
Yeah.
first scene was like May, well, April, but May. Um, let's see. I was born and raised in Southern California. I'm one of the few LA like natives. Um, I'm Filipino and white, even though people don't believe me. I'm trying to think of like what else can hit the like bullet points.
I mean,
Um,
you don't gotta.
Don't hit the bullet points. Tell us about you,
the
okay?
summary, the
Yes.
like quick little intro.
We don't want the
Um,
short story. We want the long story. Who is Megan?
the long story.
Yes.
That's a long story. Um,
What makes Megan
but
click?
Oh, yeah. And what turns Megan on? You know, you know that?
I'm. It's funny because like growing up here, like everyone knows about the industry and stuff like that.
Mhm.
And so it wasn't ever like a big deal. So when I finally like made that jump to it, I was like, oh, it was like the typical trope of like, oh, I'm going to pay for school this way.
Yeah.
And luckily, the Valley has many options. So I
Mm,
found like a camping studio because I was still like living with my mom while going to college. And then I like realized I was like, wait, I'm making what a typical job makes in a year, I'm making in 3 months. Like, why would I leave? At least, especially with camming, because it was like, I mean, this is my cam room. Um,
cool.
so it's like I can do everything in the comfort of my home. But then I got bored and the pandemic. Well, I
Yeah.
think the pandemic made it worse because we had to be inside. And so for those like three, 4-ish, because I feel like things didn't really open up until like 2023. Um,
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? I need to see people. I like really need to see people. And my college was like online too, and I did that before the lockdown. I had already transferred, and it was like an online program. So that's kind of like what got me interested into like shooting because I was like, I'm already all over the internet
Hmm.
and I might as well, the easiest way to go meet people is to go work for the studios, which I've enjoyed a lot. I like doing studio work and camming a lot more than making content. Content makes me want to cry.
Why? Or was it just,
Get
you
it
know,
sometimes. Like, you know, you have to be the director and everything, and sometimes the editor. Whereas you go on set, they give you a script, and you just do what they told you to do. You know?
That and like camming, even though you don't necessarily like get paid right away, you know exactly what
what
you're
you're getting
making.
paid?
Yeah.
And you know you can pivot really quick. Like let's say you're having like a really bad hour. You can pivot really quick and start making a lot like make what you want to make.
Hmm.
And so that aspect of like I can spend a few hours on a video. I don't know if it's going to sell. I don't know what or I might be like, if it's for social media, I'm shadow banned and only a few thousand people see it. And that's not really enticing to me.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
makes sense.
It gets
And I,
disappointing.
yeah, and like always things move. So I'm not used to things moving so fast either. Like, I feel like I guess more so because of the pandemic, like content has to move so fucking fast. And like, what do you mean I have to upload 5 1 minute long videos and every single day in order to get exposure? Or like you go down and you sit to like try and do a trend. And if you don't do it within that like 3 day period, it's not going to get boosted. And personally, I feel silly if I'm like late. Well, I don't, I try to pay attention to the trends. And then I'm like, this was from a few months ago. And I have stage fright when it comes to the internet in that way because I'm like, are people going to be judging me for doing a trend that was 3 months ago?
No.
I think people would judge, like, people out here would judge you no matter what. So it's kind of like, F them and F their opinion, you know?
Right. Which
Yeah.
is like, I carry that in my personal life, and I don't know what it is about the internet because, like, I'm naked online, I'm naked in videos. That's a no brainer to me. Me having to, like, do silly dances or constantly think of like little skits. I'm like, oh no, what if this like fails?
Hmm.
Yeah. Because
I mean,
you put
go
your heart and soul into that skit or whatever, and then just to be like, is it gonna like, is it gonna make the numbers, or are people gonna not like it? And I feel like it's
Right.
about really putting ourselves out there like that that makes us more shy, I'd say.
That and like, because I mean, even though I've been camming for so long, because camming and content kind of go hand in hand, but you used to be able to release like a photo set and a video a month, not 3 videos every week. Um, we're constantly like posting photos. So I just never really, because I wasn't sure how long I was going to be camming for, I kind of kept so many things like small, uh, just to clean up my digital footprint, um, if the day ever had to come. And so when everyone started making content, I was like, I don't know how to edit. And like, I get secondhand embarrassment when I look at my things that I edited like in the past. I'm like, why is that grainy? Or like the colors are off, or I didn't like remove that outlet correctly and now it's all rippled in the back. And so it's like also one of those things where I'm like, I feel like I'm like kind of behind my peers because I don't have the years of experience of editing. So I'm like, okay, I have to learn this really fast and like I don't know. It's all head problems,
Yeah.
not real life problems.
I think like I agree with you because I know a lot of people who are shooting with random people, and you never know. Like, 'cause you can shoot with someone, really, really known, and think, "Oh, this is on sale," and no one watches it. Then you shoot with some
Mhm.
random bum off the street, pun intended. No pun intended, and then it just goes crazy. It's like this person is like just some random Joe, So
Mhm.
you never know what the fans want unless they say, yes, I want you to shoot with blah blah blah, but then they don't understand like you got to pay blah blah blah's rate, whatever. So
Or you may not have chemistry with that person either, you know?
Right. And that's why, like, because I did try and do content before going to studios because I was like, oh, well, it's better to own my own stuff. And the few within like the first five collabs, I was like, this isn't for me. I don't want to like, I don't want to like meet up with people. And then it's also like, I mean, there is like a vetting system and stuff, but you never know how you're going to mesh with someone.
Mhm.
Or sometimes just your personality like triggers something in them. Um,
Yeah.
and so and then all that editing. So
All
much
that
editing.
editing.
Um,
I
because
know.
I can edit like a 5 minute video very fast and very well now. But a 40-minute video, and then it's like, okay, well, what angles do these people want? And then you have to go and market that. And
Yeah.
that I think is like my biggest gripe with things is like I'm not a marketer. And I mean, that's also why I started shooting for studios. I was like, they have marketing teams. People went to college for this.
Yeah.
I didn't go to college for this, and they're spending the big money. And
Mhm.
I think like plus I have ADHD and I'm so slow on things that people will like release the scene because you're both releasing the scene at one like hopefully at one time. But I was talking about this on set yesterday. I was like, it takes me like 6 months to get to a video. And then you have to create hype over it. And I mean, by the time I get to releasing it, it's just more so for people who find me at that time and they're like, oh, they have this video, so I might as well buy it. But I don't really reap the benefits of like collabing that much. I mean, I could, but it's
I just think the hard part is like to find someone who's willing to say, okay, I am not going to release this until you are ready to release this, and we can release it at the same platform. I mean, at the same time on like, on similar platforms. So we both can maximize the amount of money we can make from this, you know. And
well,
people don't
there's
do that.
that. Well, they did do that like in the very beginning. And like I've always been asked, like people will ask me like, "Hey, when do you want to release this blah 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 blah." And if I have to edit the video, I just tell them to release it because you're going to be waiting on me and I don't want that. I know my faults. They don't have to be like a prisoner to my faults. But it's also like everyone has, and I mean there are some people who have discussions about like pricing and stuff like that, but a majority of people have such different pricing. And then you also have like the male side of things where they don't really do PPVs. They just put it all on the wall. Like they have the subscription and then they release it on the wall. So like why would someone, obviously someone who's like a fan of me or who doesn't know that man, will buy it from me, but some of these people are also privy to the fact of, oh, I can go get it cheaper from the male than I can from the woman, even though I'm a fan of the woman.
Yeah.
I tell
I've heard that before.
from what I've told people who are male like content creators like that, I say make your page like some of them make their page free but then I tell them to make it so like the videos cost because that's where you actually get your real money from if you're not doing like mainstream work. And then it also like helps both of you in some capacity to some capacity depending on what you're doing. Because I know some people do charge a ridiculous amount for some of their videos. Because I've seen someone charge like $70 for a 4 minute video. And I'm like, that's crazy high. And
Yes.
I'm like, yeah, I can understand that, but I don't know.
Unless it's for
Hey,
sexting, because
Right?
that. But like, yeah, that's
no,
like
no,
the
no.
one
That was
thing I'm
for a
like,
video. For a video, it was a 4 or 5 minute video, and it was just of them using like it was a solo scene too. So it was like
hmm.
that's
I
a lot of
mean,
money. But
if people want to pay that, because I'm like all
yeah,
for pricing
well,
certain things.
I'm all for it.
Mhm.
But I'm like saying like you'll have a like people will have a harder time trying to say okay, I don't know.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
and that's kind of the thing too, is that like I suck at talking to people in DMs. Again, my ADHD is like, oh, you're taking 3 hours to reply to me. Um, and then I'll forget about you and you won't get a response for like a week, which is like really bad. Um, and so like with camming, it's like, okay, what do you want? And then like we agree on a price, and if they want to pay it, they pay it. If they don't, they go find someone else. And so it's like very quick transactions.
Mhm.
Um, but that's always the worst too when they haggle you. Well, I can go get it from so and so, then go get it. I'm not
Yeah.
arguing with you. And I think they want me to argue with them, but and they're like a lot of people get off on the haggling and I'm like, "No, not going to do that."
Hmm.
I because then you're going to get me mad, and I don't like being mad.
I know, right?
I just envision her turning green. You won't like me. You won't like me when I'm angry. Turn into She-Hulk.
Mind you, Meg,
Basically.
that you and I sound very similar in these aspects. Like, I'll be honest, I'm not that good at like responding to my messages, but I feel like, mind you, I did open a lot of like subscription sites, so I'm trying to manage them all myself at once. And that was
Right.
not necessarily a smart idea, but I'm still trying it.
Well,
Um,
and that's the thing too. They tell, at least from like the camming side of things, they're like, open up every single site, make sure you're on everything. And it's like, I did that,
yeah.
and now I'm overwhelmed and I don't want to touch anything.
Yes, exactly. Like sometimes you end up like looking at everything, all the work that you have to do, and you just freeze like, oh shit. And then you end up not doing anything and just overwhelmed to even touch anything.
Which I'm surprised they don't, because everyone knows everyone in the industry, and I'm surprised no one has made a mass uploader.
It has been tried.
I think
Oh,
they try, but the thing is like so many different sites require different things because like on OnlyFans you can get away with just tagging people without uploading the paperwork or saying, "Hi, I said that I will work with this person," in the whole verification thing and I think minivids and some others like you need to sign like have all your paperwork together, all the IDs together, all of this and all of that. It's just different
Mhm.
requirements
yeah.
for
I
each
mean,
one.
I don't really, even though we use OnlyFans and like it became this huge monopoly, I don't even really consider OnlyFans like part of the industry. But like you have like clips for sites, or not clips for sale, not clips for sites, clips for
Yeah.
sale. I want clips, many vids, even loyal fans. I'm like, if they got together and just made like a mass uploader, so then we can just put, which I don't know if they'd necessarily like that because they're all in kind of competition with
Yeah.
each other. But because I think the only platform that has somewhat different paperwork, it's either ManyVids or Fansly. Um, I know Fansly makes you hold up a piece of paper for verification. Um, and ManyVids lets you tag people, but I don't know if they want their 2257 or you can use any kind of 2257. But with all the people who go to XBiz, I'm like, why haven't we gotten some people together and been like, make it easier on us, please? Because they have it for like YouTube and what was the other one? I
Like think
think
about like Metricool or whatever those kinds of apps are where you do like you're saying Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. I think I've seen it where they do like TikTok and then you can release to all of those at once.
Yeah, but I think the thing is like what's coming with
Right.
those though, because it's not adult and they want it to be more secure with because some people instead of just using their ID, they use their social. And it makes it more secure on their sites because you're uploading people's personal information like on stuff like that.
That's true.
That's why I just think I
yeah.
don't know, but to not focus so much just on that. So what does Megan do for fun out here? What is a fun day for Megan?
Um,
You're more than just a porn star. You are, you know.
I've been trying to figure that out because I like lost a lot of my hobbies um, in between going to school and like working. Um, but I used to be like really into hiking. Because I mean, here we have amazing hiking trails, especially if you go like a little bit up north of Ventura County. Um, I love going to like music shows. That sounds redundant, but like concerts. There we go. That's the word. Um, I was traveling for a bit. That was fun. And I'm trying to get back into art because I used to paint all the time. Um, and I have all the art supplies, but again, that's been sitting there for like a year. I painted the other like earlier this month, let it dry, haven't touched it again. So I need to get back to that. Um,
So we can buy we can buy it, make it original.
I don't know if maybe when I feel comfortable about that, because I'm also the kind of person that like likes to create something and then destroy it.
Yeah, I do that. I like to paint over my paintings. So I don't know if that counts. But yeah,
Yeah.
like there's just a thing about the creation and destruction of something that you've created, you know?
Right. And it's more of like a release than it is. Because if I think about like, I mean, sometimes I'll post them, but then when I think about, I don't know, my inner critic is the worst. Um, because the thing is that I do have friends who have like my paintings in their house. Um, but it's, it's having all those eyes on something you created and like I don't know, I think the internet can take like a lot of joy away from things, and so when it becomes personal, so personal like art, um I like to keep that in like my little inner circle.
I understand.
Because I used to like write poetry too, and that was just completely personal, and then I'd delete the files or I'd rip out the pages. um like if I came across a notebook again, I'd rip out the pages and just throw it away.
What? My
Like, and I
God.
do that to a lot of my journals. Like, I do that to a lot of my journals. I'll rip out the pages and just throw them away and then, like, start writing again.
Yeah, I bet you she has thrown out masterclass poems that would last ages.
Right? Like that's what I'm thinking. Like I'm just imagining just a book of Megan mistake
Yeah,
poems.
she's I bet like,
They,
I bet she has written a
that could have been the
poem. She
title.
has written a poem better than the Raven, and she's just thrown it out.
There is something I have slightly been considering since, like, Substack's really popular. Um, the only thing that, like, kind of I guess that's the thing with like the internet is it Tumblr used to be like a great platform of like ghostwriters and stuff like that, or like artists and art. Like you could throw all of it up there. No one was like everyone was nice on Tumblr. Like
Hmm.
everyone was actually very, very nice on Tumblr. So you didn't have to worry about like the critics. Um, and that's kind of the thing. I was like, okay, if I like make a Substack and like just have like ghostwrite under a pen name, but then it's like, well, if I'm going to put it on the internet, then I have to market it. And do I really want to market it? Because I don't
Well,
know if Substack has like an explore page per se,
Hmm.
I'll be
but
honest, I haven't been on Substack in a long time. I used to read a lot of fan fiction, so that's really where I was at. But yeah, honestly, it would be very like beautiful just to go in and read just random stories.
see, they should have never sold Tumblr.
I
Because
know.
that's where I found not that I ever looked up fan fiction, but my friend did. And we used to sit there and read fan fiction at Starbucks when we were bored on Tumblr.
That's
See,
awesome.
the thing is, I've never heard of this site.
What?
Which one? Fan fiction?
Yeah.
I
I
spent a
thought you
lot
meant
of my
Tumblr. That was
years
more
Oh no, no,
reading.
I know Tumblr. Like that was
Yeah.
back a long time ago. But I'm again, like I'm older, so I remember like back in my day, it used to be this website where you can just upload all your poems, and they used to have this. They'll pick like 100 poems a year, and they'll put them all on their website, but they'll pick 100 and then they'll publish them in a book somewhere.
Oh, Pine Tree
Oh,
Poetry.
No, it wasn't even
Is
that.
that
It
a
was
different one?
this is 2000 2000.
like chicken noodle soup?
Because I know Pine Tree
Yeah,
Poetry was
yeah.
one of those that did that.
But I forget the name of the site, but it wasn't that. No, it was
Okay.
it was some website. But back in like 2009, 1999, 2000, you could upload all your poems. Like that's how one of mine got published. But you could upload all your poems and stuff, and then hope like of the 100 they pick one will be yours, and then they'll publish it. And
That's pretty
so,
awesome.
so I used to
See,
go on.
I
I used to go in there and read all these other ones to get like some type of inspiration to write mine. So it's like some of mine were really good, and some of mine just sucked compared to a lot of them. Like no, because it was some really good people going through some things, you know. It's like, you find this person because and you know what's real. You want to find this person, give them a hug, and like, man, it'll be okay. Or
Mhm.
yeah, or be like, F that dude. I don't cuss, Megan. I don't cuss. So if I say F,
you don't cuss?
He doesn't cuss at all. He
Why?
doesn't cuss and he doesn't drink. He's
'cause
like so vanilla, but he's not a square.
I
Well,
don't
I
cuss.
have a lot of friends who don't drink. Actually, like,
Yeah, I don't.
um,
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
oh, and they're not even like going through recovery. They just like never drank. So I'm used to being around people like that, but you don't cuss?
I don't cuss. I don't
It's
smoke
so much
cigarettes.
fun.
I
I
smoke
know,
weed. I
right?
smoke weed here and there, but I don't smoke cigarettes. No, I just grew up like I never cussed in front of like young people or my elders. And then I said a cuss word in front of a kid. And I said, you know what? I'm gonna quit. And so I started counting every cuss word that I said, and it made me be accountable for myself. So it went 256 that first year I started, throughout the
A
entire,
day?
no, a year. 256 in a year, then it went to 168, then it went to 67, then it went to 5, and that 5 was during COVID. That was 2020. 5 during COVID, then 0.
Did you keep like a little journal to tally all of it?
I just counted in my head. it got to the point where when I was asleep, like in my dreams,
Hmm.
my dream me would count. I didn't count them like I didn't count them of course because I was lucid, but my dream me would count the cuss word because I was counting like I was keeping track so much.
Oh my
That's
God.
insane. And you're going to school for
You.
business and not research?
It was
Right?
yeah, it was just because like I didn't want to curse again in front of a young person. That was the only and the thing is the cuss word I said wasn't even one of the bad ones. I said AT double hockey sticks. I said that
That
word.
is a place. That's not a cuss word.
Right?
That is a location.
Yeah, but I said that word and I was like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna quit cuss. It's bad too because two of my friends they cuss like sailors, and I know I'm the reason they started cussing because they were young. They were like one of my little cousin. She was like a year younger than me, and I used to like she used to follow me everywhere, and I used to curse a lot when I was like 6 or 7. And she
Mhm.
picked it up from me, and that's every other word from her mouth is a cuss word. And my other friend, church, religious guy, everything, hung around with me,
Goodness.
like
That's
cousins
so
up a
Trying.
storm.
funny.
I feel like I used to cuss more before I hung out with Roster often. And I think just hanging out with him, I cuss less. I think I've
That's
noticed that
funny.
too. And I'm like, oh, look at him being a good influence on me.
Yeah, there was never a lot of cussing around me, but I think it was mostly through music where I learned how to cuss. Although
Yeah.
I don't yell at people, so there is mine's always like if I hit my toe on like a ledge, I'll cuss, but that's so funny.
I think the majority of the ones that I said, like when I was counting, was because of road rage.
Oof.
Oh, yep.
Living in
Yeah.
LA, living in LA, driving on the 101 or the 405. People who like, try to get over
Yeah.
3 lanes and get off on the exit without signaling.
That's the worst. And they're never from here either. They're never from here because I literally thought that we had the worst traffic and we had the worst drivers. Then in 2021, I moved to Chicago and I drove across the country because I only had one cat at the time. Now I have three. But I didn't want to put my cat on a plane and like traumatize him.
Yeah.
And also didn't want to pay for like all this luggage. So I just shoved everything in my car. And everyone outside of LA is a terrible driver, like really bad. And the traffic in Chicago is like some of the worst. And they have the worst roads there. Like there
Can
are potholes
Yeah.
can
everywhere.
I ask a random question? Because you said you drove from Chicago here. Which route did you take? Did you take the
So
left route to go down or the bottom route?
so I made my own route kind of.
Okay.
Um Cause when I moved back, my grandma was like, "You're not driving. I'm gonna ship your car, and you're gonna take a plane." And I was like, "Okay." So then I had to like ship a bunch of things. Well, both times I had like my stuff actually in a shipping container, but when I came back, I had to actually like mail a bunch of shit. Um, but when I was moving there, I flew out my friend who I was moving in with, and she doesn't like driving through mountains. So even though it was August and like the weather was actually like pretty good to drive through Colorado, um, we went we went through Nevada, then through Utah and across the top,
Okay.
Okay.
which was absolutely terrible because they were having rainstorms and their roads don't have
Yeah.
um, proper drainage, and the highway was flooded. And
No.
that was the scariest thing ever. And like the headlights, I mean, I drive a Prius, and like they're halogen and they're not LED. So like they're just like little glowy lights, and
See, I would
I thought
use
we were gonna
those.
die.
Oh, yeah, it's gotta be rough.
The reason I was asking, by the way, is I lived in Chicago when I came here, and I drove here by
Mhm.
myself, and I went like the Iowa, Nebraska, Colorado, Utah here. So
It's really pretty, but I realized that because like I'm not super, I guess I don't know, bougie, if you want to use that word. Especially if I'm just gonna be somewhere to sleep. Um, I'm very much okay with motels. And Southern California motels are pretty, they're clean. They're not like scary. I've never been in a scare, I don't know how they are now, but like a Motel 6 isn't like that crazy of a place to crash for the night and leave in the morning.
Yeah.
Um, the motels in the country are terrible and they are scary. And I am actually very surprised at the first one that we went to that I didn't get like bed bugs or something because the shower was like falling off and then there was carpet everywhere up until like I think I think there was actually carpet around the toilet. I think about it. I don't know. It was very gross, and I was like, and this is where I wish I would have brought sheets with me. I didn't really think that I would need to, but
Yeah.
yeah, I should have brought sheets. I did not take my socks off. I felt bad for my cat. I was like, my cat has to be on this carpet. That's disgusting. And we were in and out of there so fast. But the second one, we found like a bed and breakfast that was actually a lot nicer. Um, and like, I think it was in Iowa, maybe. But yeah, they're not nice. They're very gross.
Yeah.
I got lucky. Like 'cause I drove by myself, and I think like the hotels I stayed at was just because I was getting yelled at by my mother, I was driving alone, so it's like I drove like 15 hours by myself that first day. Why don't you stop? And of course this is how old I am. I'm using MapQuest, so I'm not using the app on the phone. I have printed off paper that they're yelling at me because like you can't see that paper right now. Go ahead and stop. I'm like, okay, I'm an adult, but okay.
Right? Oh my God.
I mean, that's how my Nana is. She was like, because she was fine when I drove with my friend, but then when I was like, all right, it's time to move back, I was like, I'm just going to drive by myself. I don't want to be in Chicago anymore because me and my friend had like a falling out. And so I was like, I need to get the fuck out of here. And she's like, nope, I'm having someone come pick up your car. They're going to drive it there and you're going to get on a plane. And I'm like, okay, guess I'll get on a plane. It was slightly in the middle of winter, so she did have a point. But I
Yeah.
was like, if I
Oh yeah,
drive like this way, it'll be okay.
but I agree with you.
Winter driving's always hard.
Chicago folks cannot drive at all.
Oh,
Chicago and Atlanta. Atlanta's even worse than
heard
Chicago.
Atlanta's bad. But Chicago, it's because they're always drunk. Like, I was trying to figure out a lot about the city and just the little mannerisms. And I'm like, oh, it's because you guys are always drunk. Like, that's why everyone's car has like a little ding or they're missing a side like
It's
mirror.
Yeah.
I would say mid city Chicago in my opinion, because like the further south you go isn't as bad, and if you go like way north to the suburbs, it isn't as bad. But that mid city Chicago area,
Yep.
Yeah.
some folks do not deserve their license. Some folks don't deserve
Mm-mm.
cars, and it's horrible.
Mm-hmm. Mind you.
Especially, I don't know why people have cars out there because the city is like easy to get around.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it depends where you live at though too, because I used to just drive to the metro to go downtown.
Mm,
But and if I did have to drive like downtown, I was regretting it because I still like man, I still go back. But when I have to drive to like I can say this, when I'm driving to Midway, it's
mhm.
like agonizing sometimes. But I that's why I do not like want to go to O'Hare because O'Hare is worse.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
I feel I'm going to die every time I go to O'Hare.
Yeah, in a weird reason, this is why I prefer to drive to Chicago versus flying there. Because both of those airports are insane for me. I'm like, nope. And I get really bad social anxiety like at airports.
So I'm
I'm
gonna
like,
jump off this for a quick second, Miss Megan. So Miss Megan, so you say you've been in for like well you've been mainstream for 2 years. What is your goal for the next 4 years?
4 years. Um, I've hit a decent amount of like milestones, kind of. So that's been cool. Like within my first year, I got to do a bunch of stuff. I don't know. I'm such a terrible person because I never go. I just try things and I go, if I can do this for a little bit, I guess I'll stay with no goals.
Okay.
Like my main goal was the kind of, I guess, help build my brand. So then I could focus on content. That's been like actually really hard
mhm.
to like manage. Um, Turns out I don't know how to make a schedule. Because I was so used to my school schedule keeping me in line with things. But I don't know, because there's so many things that have even changed in the past year, um, that I don't know what the industry is gonna look like in 4 years.
Hmm.
Um, but it would be fun to like, if they ever give back like the budgets for it, like creative direction and stuff like that, and be like behind the scenes. Because a lot of them need some revamping from what I've seen. And some of them are going a lot actually. There are a few studios who have done some rebranding. So, but
I think, you know, it's always hard to like pinpoint like what you have going on in your future. And like as you said before you started, like what you actually get booked for compared to what you want to do. And you don't want to mess up that whole crossover, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
right,
And I feel like there is a beauty with not having an exact plan because it allows you to actually evolve with the times, you know?
right.
I think it helps you be able to just flow with things easier and just see what works for you and what doesn't.
And that's like kind of the thing. Like I know what I don't want to do, but you never know what like opportunities kind of come up where it's in the realm of like your flexible boundaries.
Mhm.
And so it's like, okay, if I get offered this and then if I can sit there, because there are certain things where I'll get booked and I'm like, I'm not doing that. However, I will do this if you're open to that. And so
Mhm.
that's always really nice. Um, and I had something else to say, and now I'm blanking. Um, but I get, huh? Yeah, no, I totally forgot what I was going to say before that.
Dang.
Okay, I'll do this to piggyback because you said you do have your OnlyFans and your request up. What's the craziest thing that a fan has asked you to do?
um, they don't really ask me
Crazy,
anything crazy.
crazy, funniest or wildest. You can pick one.
Mhm.
So with like, actually, I now it's like popping in my head. I did have someone, um, well, with camming, it's really fetish based. And so I see a lot of people do crazy things. Um, and I kind of like facilitate that. Now, for me doing crazy things, no, I don't do that. And so they think they can ask. They think they can ask, which it's been so long since someone has asked. But like, I used to. Um, I don't. This actually just popped in my head because I saw the video and I was explaining it to like one of my friends one night. So I took a video of myself doing it. But someone had me like sing the Itsy Bitsy Spider and then tickle them. I've also had, I guess, more so of like me doing something like obscure. Um, there was this foot fetish guy who really, I don't know how it even got on the topic, but he really liked The Little Mermaid. And so I had to sing the Little Mermaid song of When She Got Feet, and I had to act that out.
Honestly, that is beautiful. Like, that's very artistic of him to request, you know?
Yeah. And
I,
I've also had like, it's funny because you get to see like the turning points of certain people of like, I guess when their sexuality started to bloom. Because I also had this one dude who was like, I just need you to bounce up and down. You don't need to be naked, but you just need to talk about how sweaty your tits are. And I was like,
Okay.
okay, easy enough. Like, so easy. I'll do it. Yeah. But then I asked him, I was like, where did that come from? And he's like, you know, that Jessica Simpson music video of her on like, I don't know if she's running or on elliptical, but she's like sweating and her shirt's all sweaty. He's like, I just fell in love with it. And that's what I think about now.
Okay. I mean, it makes sense. That's a
It's
fun
always like really
sexual
small
thing.
things too for people that they get like hyper fixated on.
Yeah.
see, I
Mm.
always tell a story, and I'm not going to say it because I know Sarah's tired of hearing it. But people do request like the most random, obscure things, and sometimes you think to yourself, because you say you're fully clothed, and this one's fully clothed too. It's like it's
The arm
different.
fart, basically.
Like
Someone
basically this.
requested a 10-minute
So
arm fart.
they wanted someone to wear like you're fully clothed right now. They wanted
Mhm.
someone just you to just put your arm. You know how you make that fart noise with your.
Right.
That's all they wanted for 10 minutes.
Yep.
That's it. And I'm like, that is so like I'm not gonna down your kink is, but it's so random to me.
They
Like,
like noises because they do the same thing with balloons, where you sit on like balloons, but so it makes that squeaky noise.
Oh yeah.
So that's like a big thing. Or I do have someone who, or one of my friends, she makes a lot of money off of burping and farting. And I mean, for farting, you just get, I don't know if I should say this, but you just get a whoopee cushion. Like,
well,
and
I'll say
then,
this. I know someone who did the farting thingy, but they were farting for real.
mhm.
So that like it was because of this person I found out that was a thing. Because like sometimes like I Google people like meet in this industry. So like off and on. So it's like and this is way back in 2018. So I'm Googling this person and then all of a sudden blah blah fart video. And it was just like 20 videos of them just doing random fart videos and I'm like everybody has a kink.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, I used to have, like, this was, I had to cut back on cheese because my lactose intolerance was like getting really bad. But I used to have like a farting client, and if I had ravioli while like right before camming, and they would come in, they'd be like, "Hey, are you gassy tonight?" And I was like, "Yes, I am." And then I'd make them a bunch of money because like you just get in like certain yoga poses, and then you start farting. So like, or like people eat beans right before they film it, which I wish I would have filmed that at the time because I'm not that gassy anymore. So, or like I do know someone who, anytime she feels like she has to fart, she'll just like whip out her camera and then fart. And then she puts all the little videos together.
See, and that's the thing,
Works.
because you said whoopee cushion. I know from what I've read, people who do that, they like to see the booty has that little jiggle.
Right.
When the booty come out, like the part come out, you hear that little bounce, and they want that. And I'm like,
But if you're clothed when it's happening, they'll never know.
they never know. Yeah,
That's
Movie
true.
magic.
Hmm. That's very
we're
true.
farting right now.
I mean, the most obscure things like actually sell the best, which is like why it's also hard for me to collab because how are you gonna ask me to collab when my highest selling video is me shaving my head? So
Yeah.
it's like I can go like and slime content is like really big or even that's one thing I want to get into is ASMR. But I don't know how the audio necessarily works.
I mean,
But
I think they would just grab the microphone and be like,
Yeah. You just whisper
is it
in.
just whispering the
no,
whole
Yeah.
entire
it's
because
just
I thought you had to have
it's
a
just
certain like gain on it.
no, it's just whispering, and some people like do the little scratch motion on it.
Hmm.
Right.
I find it I find it terrible on my ears, but
Yeah.
I love it.
people love it. It's like, hi everybody, this is making mistakes. Are we done? Are we done making mistakes?
Hmm.
Make
You ready to make
some-
some? That'd be awesome, honestly. I'd love to see you do ASMR. But I don't think that there's like a specific mic or setting. I think you just raise the volume on your audio, and then just whisper to it and just have it really close.
Yeah. Because I always thought there was like a something done a little bit after audio, or like I have I have a Yeti mic, and I'm like, I'm gonna make ASMR content. I'm gonna figure it out because there are different settings on it. And then I tried to Google it, and it's a closed practice apparently because no one tells you how to make ASMR content.
Mhm.
They're all gatekeeping it, but because there are like, have you seen like they have like actual ears
Oh
and
yeah,
like, and
yeah.
then the head scratch. Oh, I love that.
Mhm. Those are pretty fun. If anything, I can ask around. I know a few friends that do ASMR. I'll see about asking
Okay,
them if there's anything specific.
according to Google, use a sensitive wide diaphragm condenser microphone with a cardboard pickup pattern.
Hmm.
But
What does that mean?
budget friendly options like the Blue Yeti are also available as a popular model.
So a Yeti would work.
Yeah, because I've always like that's before everyone gets like their upgraded stuff. It's always a Yeti, and I'm like, oh, I have that.
Hmm.
Um, before I upgraded my camming equipment. But yeah, I'm like, okay, how do I record this? And then like, how do I make sure it sounds like ASMR? I guess that's like the thing is like I'm like, okay, what kind of like editing goes into play to make sure that it sounds correct?
That's a very
From what I'm
good
reading, it just like from what I understood, it's just whispering, but also like because of the microphone, it makes sure that the background stuff doesn't get picked up.
Right.
Because like you don't want stuff to interrupt like your central earplay, you
Right.
know.
So it
And
has to be a directional mic then?
yeah, well, no, like a condensed, like basically a condensed, whatever.
Like,
Because it's just like how some people enjoy having someone whisper into their ears
yeah.
and stuff like that. That's all it is just that little blow, like the little blowing or little soft noise that can penetrate that eardrum.
Yeah, penetrate that eardrum.
Yeah.
He may not cuss, but I like when he says penetrate.
See,
Don't worry, we get a
why are
discussion.
you trying to make me sound unwholesome? I'm probably the most wholesome person you know.
And I'm the most unwholesome person, and together we make a great
You gotta have the balance.
fit.
I
It's
mean,
important.
we all like. I think this podcast has always had that because how freaky nasty she is, and how prudish I am, and how like
How did
I
you get in this
and
industry?
how and
You
how
don't cuss, you don't drink.
and how I'm scared of feet. And my
You're
previous
scared of
co-host,
feet?
my
Yes, he has
my
autophobia. I kid
autophobia,
you not.
in my previous co-hosts, like
You're from
they,
Chicago. That's like unheard
I'm
of.
from Indiana. I used to
You're
teach.
still next to the Great Lakes.
Yeah,
That's
but
unheard of because there's something in that water where everyone has a foot fetish there.
I
Yeah.
All of my
like
freaky fans, freaky endearingly, before they come at me, all my freaky fans are all from like close to the Great Lakes to where I'm like, there's something in your guys' water. Like, what's in Lake Michigan to where you guys are thinking about this stuff?
feet are the most cringiest thing in the world. Like, and it's like it's more so
What's
like if
why
it
do
if
you
it if
hate
it
your
if it's
own
if it's
feet?
if it's in
I
a
feel like this
sock,
is a projection.
if it's in a sock or a stocking or something covering your foot and those nubs they call toes, those damn those niblets, those the little scrawny little things. I hate it so damn much. But it's
I've never heard anyone that hate feet as much as you do.
like it bothers me to the point where like right now my feet are not touching the ground because if I think about it and I can think about my foot touching something, it bothers me. I've 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 had somebody we were ready to go to have sexual relations and they touched me with their bare foot
Well,
and
how? But
and
Like,
that's not unavoidable,
no,
though.
they touched it with their bare foot.
yes,
Okay.
she went and
They
like,
they were they were doing something painful. I was ready to go, and then they just rubbed their foot against my member, and my member was just like, you know what, F this, and then went to sleep. Yes, like
I think you need to meditate on this.
right?
I have three fears in this life. I'm scared of the dark. I am scared of dying early, and I'm scared of feet. And
Why are
the
you scared of the dark?
I thought I saw a ghost one day, and ever since then, I need light.
But, but my ghosts are never gonna hurt you. It's only demons.
Yeah, but I had that experience when I was 12 and it messed me up for forever. It freaked me up for really bad. And
Now
no.
I'm thinking of a fun prank.
You'll catch a left and
It's
it'll be an accident and I'll be saying like to your boo, I'm like, man, she knew she knew I was afraid of the darks, and she ran up to me with a foot in the dark, and like, yeah, that's what happened.
Mind you, I
just
got my own like personal marine security guard, so I'm fine.
Like the
I
girl, for
can still
example,
prank the fuck out of you,
the
Roster.
the girl I'm seeing now, whatever, like when she wants a foot massage, she has to wear socks. I can't think about it. I can't look at it when I'm doing
at
it.
least you're compromising. I appreciate
Like
that.
I just like it's more so seeing them. It's more so seeing the actual bare foot and the bare toe.
So what do you do in the shower? Like, do you not wash your feet?
I
Or how do you clip your toenails? What are those toenails looking like?
my toenails don't grow
That
that they don't really grow. My toenails don't really grow.
he likes
They-
to be barefoot a lot, so I think like that helps, you
like
know.
You like to be, so you are exposing people to your feet, but you can't be exposed to other people's feet?
exactly.
Ah,
Like I went to Africa and like everybody's wearing shoes everywhere and like at the hotel like I could not. I'm walking around everywhere barefoot. Like I literally
At
cannot.
a hotel?
Yeah. And like this. I have a bar on my table, like on this desk, that when I'm not doing like a podcast like this and I'm sitting up, my legs are resting on that bar, so I don't feel the floor touching my foot. It
This
is a
goes
This is
deeper
such
than
a
I thought.
crazy.
This really goes deeper than I thought, Roster. What?
None of
yes.
it makes
Like
sense.
pay attention,
I'm trying to like
pay
find like
attention when you're at
the
my house.
linear.
I
No, yeah,
don't.
I've noticed that like you do walk around barefoot all the time, and when you're sitting down on the couch and stuff, you always have your feet up.
Yeah,
I
So do you just not
I
like
didn't
the
realize that.
ground? But then you
Why?
said you were walking around a hotel
yeah. I was like,
barefoot.
no, because I don't like socks. I don't like the feeling of
Yeah.
socks and shoes on my foot feels wrong.
Hmm.
Are you sure
Yeah,
your feet like just aren't tight?
no, they're good.
When was the last time you
Like
got a foot massage?
I have told massage therapists that I get a full body massage, that if they touch my foot, they would not get a tip. You will immediately lose your tip.
Even though
And
I think
or I will leave right then and walk out.
But you don't get benefit from the massage unless your feet are massaged because your
right.
feet are like the anchors of things. Like I was actually massaging, it was for a video. I was massaging my friend's feet and I'm sitting there and I'm like, your feet are really like forgetting that we're on the camera. I'm like, your feet are really tight. You need to work out these feet because I'm like always rubbing my feet because otherwise like your whole body's tight and then you can't
Mhm.
hold yourself up.
Yeah, but
That's
yeah,
true.
I just I can't. And literally, uh, uh, like 3, 4 months ago, I went to a massage place, and they said like on the paper, "Is there anything you want somebody to avoid?" My feet. I wrote it in bold letters, and the first thing she went in there and did was grab my foot. I'm like, okay, I can't do this. I gotta go, and I walked out. Like I can't. I
So what is it
can't.
about your feet? I'm so this
It's
Right.
my foot and everybody like it's a real thing. Like I literally can't do it. Like
what was like the turning point for this?
I don't know. It's just always
Your
was
earliest memory of this.
I don't know. Probably looking at people's feet in gym class. Maybe I don't know. I just don't. I've never. I just it just yeah to me always. And you
Like
s-
I want to have my glasses on and like my notepad, like
and Megan,
place
See,
you
my
at
mom's a therapist, so I'm doing it for you.
so
yes, thank
Megan, so you asked how do I get into this industry though? I used to cast reality television in Chicago. And then I'm like, you know what? I got money saved up. Let me go to LA. And I did one show. The dude killed his girlfriend on Megan Once a Millionaire. Um,
Oh, that one? I remember hearing
yeah,
about that.
I was a casting director for those shows, whatever. And then the work had stopped for a while. So I went from casting directing doing that, and then someone said, "Hey Raw, do you want to help cast girls for the Playboy Mansion?" I'm not making money, sure. And then I'm hooked up with this person out here who said to help work with the Urban X Awards to do that, and then also Tony Batman introduced me to a lot of people. Tony Batman not in the industry anymore, but introduced me to a lot of people, and that's how I ended up doing having people getting in the industry and then just taking pictures off and on of people in the industry, and that's how I got into porn.
you.
I've been here for 17
Cassie.
years, but
That's like, of course, that's like the nicest way to get into porn. Even that story. Oh, I was just helping out.
yeah, I was.
I
And then
especially
like and then like I'm in 2 movies as an extra. And like it is really, really hard to find. And I don't say what they are. I might show people pictures like, hey, here I am. But and I'm just there like dancing, and I'm looking all innocent, and everybody else is like being extra freaky. Like I'm not like I'm such a, like a prude when it comes to this, and I'm little like I'm a little asexual, so it's kind of like I'm just around porn. I'm not even interested in having sex with anybody.
I mean, a lot of people in the industry are asexual because, like, you can have that, like, indifference to it.
Yeah.
Um, I think it is easier for women on that aspect. But I mean, that's kind of like, I wouldn't even consider myself like freaky or like sexually free because some people would be like, oh, yeah, I really into that. I'm like, okay. Like, and just like, no, I
Right.
don't like peeing right now is super big. Do not get near me with pee. I don't even like squirt. I don't want anything to do with that.
Weren't you nominated for squirting though?
I don't.
You don't
We
squirt?
we. I there's only one like video of me squirting, so I don't know. We might need to cut this part out, but I don't know why I was nominated for squirting. I don't know who was in charge of that because I have one
Fans.
video squirting and
It was
I
it was all like it's fan votes.
So that
then
one
they then
video,
they did that as a joke.
that one video was enough for them to be like, I love the way she squirts. That's all it's saying.
Well, it was a fake squirt. It wasn't even real. Because
That makes it
I come
even
to set,
funnier.
they go, "You're squirting today," and I said, "I don't know how to squirt. Who told you I knew how to squirt?" They go, "Don't worry, we fake it," and I go, "Okay."
Well, damn, Megan.
But
Megan,
because
like
that was
this.
the thing,
Your
I was
your
like,
acting
"How?"
your acting was so damn good.
Mm,
I haven't even seen that video, and it's not even like a video like because I have videos that have gone viral, and that's not one of them. So I don't know why. Like I saw that, and I was like, "Is this a practical joke?" Because like it's on point,
mm,
but also I don't squirt, and I'm very vocal about the fact that I don't squirt. I'm not vocal about the fact that I don't like squirting because I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings. And okay, if I know about squirting,
mm.
that it's going to be on set, then I'm being paid to be there, so I'm going to put up with it as long as I can prepare for it.
I get that.
Um, and But if I'm ever doing content with someone, no squirting. Absolutely not. Because even I was on set and someone squirted and they did not tell me that they were going to do that. And I was so mad. I was so mad because I was like, this is something you're supposed to tell me. And and like there were literally like 2 minutes left of the scene. So I'm not going to make like a big stink about it.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
yeah, I really do not like squirt.
Did it splash on you? Or,
Yes.
okay, yeah, I think that may be why you were more upset about it. But like, I do think that maybe that's why, obviously, that is why we do have consent forms. And I do think that that's what you should bring that up with your scene partner.
Yeah,
Just
that was
let
one
them
of
know,
the thing.
just
Like
let
that was
them know
definitely
what
my
you're doing.
fault in the fact of like I was familiar with these people. And so sometimes when it just kind of like goes over your head, and
Yeah,
it's
you
like
did that.
this is supposed to be an easy scene where nothing too extreme is going to happen.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Nothing extreme was supposed to happen.
Yeah.
So that was my but I've also been in the position where it's the person who is a squirter will let everyone know.
Mhm.
So it's that like, oh, I didn't advocate for myself, but also I'm always made aware, and that's kind of like the common ground of things. But
Yeah.
I just need to start talking more, which I usually do. Like it was actually just one of those.
One of those
The
days.
reason why I didn't say anything was because I was familiar with people. So it's like, oh, I don't need to. This is common knowledge, but common knowledge is not common. So
But I will say that there was one time that I did squirt on set where like they didn't either they didn't tell me to or not to. So I was just like, okay, I'm about to come, I'm about to squirt. And I did it. And then essentially they got mad at me afterwards. It was like, this is a new camera, blah, blah, blah. You weren't supposed to squirt. And I'm like, sorry, you didn't tell me not to. You didn't tell me to do it. So I just did it in the moment, like I can't really hold back an orgasm. But
Right.
that was what caused me to learn to just tell people, hey, I'm a squirter. Do you want me to do it this scene, or would you want me to make sure I don't come? Like, simple like that. But
Right.
I hadn't thought about it before that moment.
Right. Which I think it is one of those things it's in a gray area. So, and I think maybe too because of the people that well, okay, there was one scene where we all talked about it and there wasn't enough hydration. And that's what actually turned me off from it. I was like,
No.
but you couldn't necessarily tell because like the sheets were the set it was like more of like a darker tone.
Okay.
Um, but then there is there's one person that I also worked with, and she's known for squirting, so I knew what I was getting into. But she also was like, "Hey, I squirt a lot, so just be prepared." That girl is like a fire hose. I'm like, what I was. We were doing back to back scenes, and they were like orgy scenes. And I want to say she might have started squirting towards the end of the first scene,
Mhm.
but she squirted every single scene and multiple times.
Love
And
it.
I'm like, where is it coming from? Because
Yeah.
it's not like it wasn't like these little like streams. It was it was
Gushing.
literally a
It's just
hose. I'm like,
gushing.
where are you storing this? Like even though I don't like squirt, I am impressed because it's not I don't know if she drank like a huge bottle of water beforehand. But even then, I'm like, your stomach wasn't bloated from all that water. Where did it come from?
It may have been Pedialyte then. That's what I recommend for squirters. That way you don't end up bloated by drinking a lot of water. You just drink a Pedialyte and you don't have to drink as much liquids.
But you need that, like, you don't, yeah, because it hydrates you really fast too. And then I didn't know that it didn't make you bloated. That's interesting.
Mhm.
I'm always drinking electrolytes, but that I thought she would end at some point, and it like I think in one of the videos it's happening like every like 3 minutes.
Oh
Ooh.
Like
wow.
you have to run dry at some point. Where is this coming from?
Yeah. She was very well hydrated then. I wonder how much water she drank the day before.
I wonder. I don't know.
Probably.
I'll have to ask her because like I run into her every so often. But yeah, she's known for squirting and like it's good squirting.
Mhm.
Um
That good,
and
clear squirt.
yeah, that's the thing too. You never know. Like, and I was okay with her squirting too because I knew that she was always like prepared in all of that. But then when someone says they're a squirter and you're like, okay, I don't know how to know if
It
it's
was
going to
pee.
be, yeah. I was like, I don't know how well you prepare for these things, and that's where. And my last scene too, they didn't have a shower there, so and that was very well known. And I'm like, why would you do that? Why would you do that to us? We have to go
Yeah.
home in this.
Yeah.
I mean, like back in my early days, of this, like having people coming to my home after they shoot and everything. People like just don't shower after some places, and I've seen someone who had like still like they didn't realize they still had like a line of semen on their arm, and I'm like,
See, no.
we're sitting on the couch, and I'm like, what is this is 2000 and this is like 2011, 2012 though, Sarah. I'm like,
Yeah.
is that no?
Oh.
No, I that's one thing I like through collabs. I was getting I was getting sick. And so I was like, okay, that's another thing. Like, and my immune system before the pandemic was always like really, really good. But I think I was more so getting sick because I wasn't upping my electrolytes. And when you're working and it's hot and you cannot have air conditioning. And so you're sweating. And then even though you drink water, it's not necessarily, you're not putting more electrolytes in. And so your body is just like taxed from it. And so I was getting sick for like a few days after pretty much all of my collabs. And then one of my friends was like, oh, well, wash your body with HIPAA cleanse. And
Yeah.
then,
Mhm.
and so, yeah, no, I literally, as soon as that they say cut, I'm running to the shower and showering in HIPAA cleanse. And I even like, I have a little toiletry bag and they have like, I found these at Target and they're great for travel, but they're silicone body scrubbers. So they dry off really fast and don't get moldy in your bag. Or you can like wipe them down.
Yeah, I like that because I usually just bring a washcloth with me and or well, I always bring a whole bag of baby wipes just in case too. But I like the idea of a silicone scrubber.
Yeah, you can get at Target.
Fuck yeah, I'm gonna try that. Thank you. We're learning from each other over here. Like,
I
all right,
have no idea. Like I don't see. All I have is this. Are these sex wipes over here? Like
the
yeah.
nude wipes and the other
No,
ones.
no. I have sex wipes. I have
Yeah.
little sex wipes. The thing
What
is,
are
I
sex wipes?
just it's wipes you use. Like it's just literally just it's like a big old wet nap.
Yeah.
So you can wipe yourself off with.
Oh.
Mhm.
Yeah,
They're
Is it like the gym ones?
kind of, yeah, like the size of an actual sheet of paper sometimes.
yeah.
Oh, I
Kind
haven't seen those.
Megan,
Kind of like
like
a cum rag.
yeah, Megan.
of, yeah.
I have like the most random because like everybody comes here to shoot at in my pool house or random places. So I try to make sure that everything is here just in case. So like or like for example, if someone comes like, oh, this lingerie doesn't fit. I have a big bin of this lingerie. Please take.
Hmm.
Oh, I forgot the strap on. I have a big thing of unused everything. Please take. So I have the most random stuff in this house. If
Yeah, he
you
Free
does.
PR.
if you could think about it, it's probably here. Like I have Plan B over here somewhere. I have enemas. I have yeah, the most random.
Yeah.
It's like, why do you need this? I don't. It's for people.
People might.
It's for people who just jump up some days and just say, "Oh, we decided to have sex at your pool house. Let's clean up after ourselves. Do you have this? Yes, I have this. Please clean up my pool house. Please don't leave it smelling like sex. You know, here's some air freshener and in a Febreze plug-in. Please get rid of the smell. Whatever. You came on my futon, my pool house. Here, get
Fabric
oh
cleaner.
yeah,
Just pressing.
fabric cleaner. Get it up. Yeah, please don't leave a
Mhm.
washer. Gotcha. You
At
know,
least your place is clean. Some of these places are scary.
I I have a cleaning service that comes twice a month. So they come twice a month, and like my house is 90% of the time really clean. It's cluttered, but it's clean.
Mm.
So, so yeah, and
Yeah.
people just randomly just wake up one day and just have sex everywhere. It was it was worse. Like my previous house was smaller, so you just be in the living room watching anime, and some people just start having sex on the couch next to you. Like it's free and open like that. And then I just since I'm not interested, I just walk out of the room and go to my room and continue watching the anime.
See, I would be mad. What do you mean you're having sex while we're watching anime?
I,
Were you raised in a barn?
I
Like,
mean,
what do
low-key,
you
I would.
mean? Like
no,
it
I mean
Mind
like
you, he's
the
talking about me.
It wasn't just her. Like
I'm not the only one. I'm not the
we
only
were
one.
like I walked in the living room one time because everybody said, let's make some popcorn. I'm like, bet. I walk in the living room, I come back, and it's two girls giving each other condolences. It's like I was just trying to make some over Reckenbacher, and y'all up here, you know. And then it's like most of the time, like some people don't mind if I would want. Like, first of all, I'm not interested in joining, but they wouldn't mind if I did, and I'm like. No, I just excuse myself and walk in the other room. Do what y'all do. Just go ahead and finish. If y'all want me to come back out, let me know. Or if y'all just gonna lay there forever, have fun. Just
Mind you, the people that do that in the living room like to be watched. So
Yeah, which I get like that part, but it's because like okay, I we were at like an industry party and one of my friends was like, "Oh, I can't believe people are having sex right there." And I'm like, "Okay, it's an industry party." Like
yeah,
that is where I expected. But watching TV with friends, I'm like, I don't know.
I mean,
we're all porn friends.
the thing is, it's like the majority of them are industry stuff people, so they know like who's testing and who's not. But it's like that's what they're like, literally what they're into, is and it's just like at this point. I just taking it as okay. Like I have a
Mhm.
pool out here,
Right.
and I'm surprised. Well, I didn't have the privacy fence up, but I'm surprised people haven't had sex in the. Well, granted, since I had my the girl I'm seeing here, I haven't had as much craziness. But I'm surprised people haven't had sex in the pool yet. People have been naked in it. A lot of people have been naked in it,
Well,
but no
yeah, no
one's.
one wants chlorine in their
Oh, they
holes.
will. They wouldn't care. They would sit on the cement, that covers it, like on the
The ledge.
the ledge. Thank you. And just like lay back and just take
Well,
it.
that's different. Like that, I
Well, I
don't know
mean,
if
what I
like,
what I mean is no one has started the action in the pool
right.
or by the pool or laying next to the pool. And granted, I didn't have my privacy fence up for half the time I was here. It's up now, but since I put it up, no one has had did anything. So
Yeah, I mean, I guess I get that in a way because like I also don't care about being naked and like in front of people. Um, and people will be like, "Why aren't your windows closed?" And I'm like, "Well, no one should be looking in my house anyways. What if they see me naked? That's on them. They should not be looking in my house."
Yeah.
I just, I guess I would just have to like be attracted to someone enough to be like, "Let's fuck right here," which I don't know if it's just because of how people are now that I'm just like, you kind of, I'm like a cat. I get annoyed at people so easily. But
I get
in the
that.
same, I don't know if you heard this, but in the same respect, like I'm naked all the time. I'm just not having sex with people. I'm comfortable being naked around people, but
see,
unless there's like a camera, I don't
I,
know if I
I,
could
think
have.
I have to get beat down to get naked in front of people.
Yeah, did you say you have to get beat down?
Yeah, he's a big sub.
Like put like this,
Uh,
I'm a sub, but like when it comes to like, for example, this is another example. They had a pantsless party at my house.
mm-hmm.
So everybody was like no underwear, no whatever. We had towels now, whatever. But like I'm up here in my house where everybody's walking around like pant bottomless, fully clothed in long sleeve shirt and everything, pants, you know, except for socks. I don't wear shoes, but like that was the only skin outside my
Yeah.
head that was showing in my hands. But like everything else. Like, and they had to chat, like they had to yell at me for like 2 hours before
We
I would
peer
get,
pressured him.
until I would get bottomless in my own house, mind you. and they were naked the entire like from like 9 a.m. This is like at 4. I didn't get down there until like 4. So is that you,
That's
Sarah?
so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm hearing like someone, mowing.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, yeah, that's from my. There's gardeners outside.
Gardeners, go
That's from
away.
me.
Right.
Yeah, mine come
There you
mine
go.
come
That's
on
us.
Monday.
For us, they come on Tuesday-ish.
Yeah. But
Tuesday.
I forgot what I was about to say. But yeah, that's how it is over here. So
Yeah, it literally took a while for us to peer pressure him to take
I
his
think it's
pants off, but we were like, "Come on!" Like,
but
mind you, we
I think
weren't doing it to be sexy. We did it just to be free,
Be
you know?
free.
but
Yeah,
I think it's just
I
make
was
it like
wearing an oversized shirt, so I wasn't really like showing off and everything, you know?
Right.
I was
but
just chilling.
the thing is like when no one's here at my home, I
Mhm.
do it myself. I walk around to get myself. But it's just like if another human is here, I'm like, don't look at me.
That's so funny.
I'm like,
I will
I'm
say it's ironic because like when I compare like my life before sex work and now, like we didn't necessarily have like sex parties, but we were in our early, well, I started at 22, so from like 18 to 22, we were having naked parties on my 18th birthday. They were doing naked poker and the Pirates of the Caribbean um, like parody was playing in the background.
Yeah.
And like, I mean, we were always taking ecstasy, so we were always like hot and sweaty and naked and like, but now I'm like, I feel like I live more of like a suburban life now. Granted, those friend like my friend group was like all queer and girls, and so that aspect of things was always like open and okay and like non-judgmental. But now all of them have moved away, so I'm just at home with my cats. And then I'm like, well, I get naked for work.
Mhm.
And so if it's like, I don't know, I need to like balance it out, maybe. Maybe that's what it is.
Mhm. I think you need to find some more like friends like that again and just get yourself out there.
Yeah. Well, they all moved to Portland, but I'm not much of like a Pacific Northwest kind of person. So,
I'm more of like small town vibes, you know? Like I'm not too crazy about big crowds. I can get overwhelmed easily. So I like more smaller, intimate gatherings and parties. Not
right. And that's, I
crazy.
feel that too, but it's like more so for the fact, like, I love talking to people.
Mhm.
And so, like, clubbing to me doesn't make any sense because I'm going to lose my voice. And then, like, everything's just too loud and you get like a little bit overstimulated and people are pushing you.
Mhm.
Um, but like I love music festivals and I love like house parties. That's one thing. People don't put on like good house parties anymore.
Yeah.
I think
Like a
only
really good.
I've hosted a few good fun house parties. I feel
only
like
only go to parties that I get invited to as far as singing things. That's it. If I know the artist, I'll go. If not, I'm at home.
I get it.
Really, you don't go to like that's. I think it's starting to pick back up, but that was always like one of my favorite things about LA is like all the free shows and free music that you could go um, watch. A lot of people don't host things in their backyards anymore, but venues are starting to like put things together again. And
Yeah.
open mics are always really fun.
Mhm.
The thing is, it's like I love to support my friends,
Hmm.
so I will I think like of a lot of my friends, I've probably only missed like one of their music shows. If I'm available, I'm there. You know,
Right.
so I'm more interested in going to those because I like to support someone else. So I go to those, but outside of that, I don't necessarily attend everything else because I'm a homebody. I like to sit at home and just vast in this house by myself sometimes. So
Mhm. I feel like I personally get phases where I am a huge homebody, but I think maybe especially when I go to rock stars because that feels like a second home. That
Right.
I want to go on an adventure. So if someone invites me out to, for example, a concert where I don't know any of the artists, I'll still go. Like I'm that kind of person that I'll still go and I'll have fun regardless of who we're listening to. The only time that I complained was when it was a U2 concert and I was like, no, no. I don't know. That was the only time I was like, oh, I didn't sign up for this. But their opening what do you call it, opening artists were actually really good, so I ended up being happily surprised anyways, and I was like, you know what, don't count things out just because you don't like one little thing, you know.
Right. And
So
that's always fun, like discovering like new music. Like that when my like schedule started opening up more and I'm like, okay, let me tap into like things that I like. Um that I just started looking up new music again and like discovering new artists because that's we don't have like MTV and VH1 anymore. And so it is kind of or like even blogs, like music blogs are like a little bit harder to find and I don't know how many people are skateboarding still cuz I used to find like a bunch of music off of skate videos.
oh yeah,
Um
that's
see, but I
true.
will say this, when I do go to my friends' events, they have other artists with them. So I hear those people, and sometimes I support those people.
Mhm.
Because like the
That's
person
really
who the per
cool.
like to not say their name, but the person that we mutually know, I saw them because of another friend of mine's concert, and I became a fan of their music from going to their concert. Now I go to that person's stuff too.
Mhm.
that's how I met them too was through um he's basically like my little brother. Um, but I was at like his punk show and they were there supporting them. And I was like, oh, this person's really cool. Oh, they do music too. I haven't been able to go to any of their shows. I actually need to hit them up because we were supposed to hang out. And like, I guess that's the hard thing about being an adult too, even though everyone has like freer schedules, especially in like the arts or like content and stuff like that. You would think that it would be easier to call up someone and be like, hey, what are you doing right now? You want to hang out? But I always think like, oh, what if they're busy? Like I won't hit them up. And then I never do. And then 6 months go by and then it's like, why don't we ever hang out? And
I mean, that's why I got also have like I throw barbecues at my house off and on, and yeah, and that's how I end up hanging with a lot of people. I say, I'm barbecuing. Do you want to eat? Are you hungry? I would like. I know you don't eat meat, so I'm buying a whole. Like I'm buying some vegan food also, or some non-meat options, so you can come eat that too. I will have what they call them mushroom based burgers.
Mhm.
see, that's
And
I want like that's my I guess that is one of my next goals is to like get a house with at least a decent not, I don't need a huge backyard, but enough to host people, even if it's just renting for the time being. So I can have people come over and then I can like host things or be like, hey, you want to have like a little dinner or you want to come like bake cookies with me or watch TV? Because yeah, it was so much, I don't know why, but it was a lot easier a few years ago to be like, hey, we're both watching this show. You want to come over and watch this?
Yeah.
that's why I feel like people do like to come here, like regardless of the sex stuff, people come here just because it's a house with a big yard, whatever, whatever pool, with a pool, whatever, and it's private. It is like I live alone, so it's like unless I tell you, yeah, blah blah is here, or whatever, they know not really that many people are here, and they can just relax, whatever. And there's not gonna be people here all up in their business.
Yeah, for real.
I do have a question though, because we're going long, but
Hmm.
quick
I
question.
told you I'm a yapper.
No, I have a question because you said this. What anime do you watch?
So I have it's not a lot of anime because I was bullied out of watching anime.
Who do we have
Um,
to F up? Who do we have to fight? Who do we have to stab with a with a wooden stake?
What instinct?
a bunch of people who probably don't live here anymore.
Okay.
But so I grew up watching anime with my dad. And then when they divorced, we moved up to the suburbs. Anime was not a thing. And they were like, what is that? That's weird. You shouldn't be watching that. So then I completely I know like a few of the shows I watched, but most of that is like wiped from my memory. But then once anime started getting popular again, um, my best friend who he was super into anime, I guess. I didn't know until he brought it up randomly one day and was like, "You want to watch this with me?" And I was like, "What? Okay, sure." But I used to watch anime with him, and I haven't watched anime in a long, long time still, because even that was like 10 years ago. It's more of I have to watch TV with people. That's the thing. It has to be like a group activity for me to be invested. Unless it's like I'm trying to think of the last show I was like The Bear. Like
Okay.
I remember hearing, and that's only because I'm a huge fan of Jeremy Allen White, and I started watching Shameless with one of my ex boyfriends like a long time ago. And if I
Mhm.
hadn't watched Shameless, then I would have and so it's kind of it has to be like very specific. And I don't watch TV that much, but as far as anime, it's mostly like movies. Like I love Studio Ghibli. Um, and then I
Which one's your
was watching
favorite?
Hunter x Hunter.
Oh, okay.
Um, that was what I was watching with my friend. And then of course there's like the classics of like Sailor Moon, and there was like another one I was watching. Um, but yeah, I can't remember the names of
Do you
them.
want to know something crazy?
What?
I've never seen an episode of Sailor Moon, but a friend of mine is one of the English actresses who voices one of the planets.
It's funny. You don't know which one?
Uh,
Oh
I
wait,
think it's
that would dox them. Never
yeah,
mind.
yeah.
I forget that we're recording.
I know which one, but yeah, I'll tell you afterwards. But yeah, I know she's one of the voice. I'm like, but she also voiced someone on Hey Arnold too. So it was just like, oh, okay. I've heard your voice before. This was before, like this is after I met him. I'm like, oh, that's cool, But I watch anime either with Sarah or with Chris Cock. We have actually have sit down and watch parties of just binging animes, and that's how we relax. And that's why I said anime earlier because I've watched a lot of anime.
Hmm.
It's how outside of playing League of Legends, it's how I make you relax.
Yeah. Like, if you
Yeah.
want recommendations, we can give you some. I personally am not good with names, but I can tell you a few.
Oh, I can give you a lot.
Yeah,
It's
I can
bad.
describe them and he can tell you the title.
Do you play video games at all, or do you just
No, I don't. I get stressed out playing video games. I used to, um, but once the GameCube was kind of like obsolete, I stopped playing video games. I was big
okay?
on my GameCube.
Yeah. I loved the GameCube. That was so much fun.
But
Honestly, my favorite one was Xbox, the original Xbox. That's the one that I really loved.
it's
But what games did you play on GameCube?
Legend of Zelda, Animal Crossing, like the OG Animal Crossing. Um, they had Sims on there, and I used to play that on there. And then what was the other? I'm blanking on it, but there were like a handful of games, and it was just like something that me and my siblings used to do because I we had like the original PlayStation, but my dad got that in the divorce. So then my mom got us a GameCube. And so everything revolved around the GameCube. But um, what was the other one that was like? I'm trying to think because if we got, it'll come to me.
Yeah.
But I loved Legend like that. I think that was the one I played the most was Legend of Zelda outside of Animal Crossing.
That's such a fun game. I love Zelda. I have it on the Switch. I haven't actually I don't know where my Switch is. That's the only reason I haven't played it lately.
See, the crazy thing for me is like I buy these systems sometimes and they
Mhm.
just sit in there and they collect dust until someone else plays them, then I'll just join in. Because
Mhm.
like I literally cannot tell you the last time I turned on my PlayStation. Like I have a PS5. I bought it for decoration.
Oh, I know the last time you played it when I crushed you at Smash Bros.
That's not see that's Nintendo, wrong system. Boom.
Ah, dang.
Boom. And
I
plus you
think
didn't
you were
crush me.
Madden with Ace then or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, but when was that though? Exactly.
Oh,
So I don't know
that
when last
was so
time. But anyway, so we're gonna wrap up some questions. So we gotta ask, the industry standard. So who are like five people who you have not worked with that you want to work with?
Oh, it's so funny. I was talking about how this is one of my least favorite questions.
Okay, we'll skip it. We'll skip it. No, we'll skip it. We'll skip it. Um no, because like we try to make sure we hit, the fan. Like,
Right.
but no, we don't gotta answer. She worked with I can't even get it out. She will work with who she gets hired to work with. There you go.
Yeah, like I think as long as everyone's like like I just want to work with like nice people. Like
Yes, don't be
because
a dick.
even the greatest I don't idolize people. Like that's my thing. Like if someone's really good at their job, it's more of like, "Oh, I want to get to know like what can I learn from them?"
Hmm.
And sure, working with them can like I can learn something while working with them, but I think it's more of like, oh, who would I love to work with? That's more like taking away from trying to like
Uh,
climb from their success. Um,
that makes sense.
but
So yeah, so out there, don't make
or
the
being
miss.
attracted to people, and it's very hard for me. I think that's where sometimes I get like a little asexual because I'm like, I have to like get to know someone before I'm attracted to them. Like I can appreciate that they look good, but for me to have like that sexual attraction and be like, I really want to work with this person, I have to know them first. So
Yeah, everybody's goofy looking. We ain't gonna talk about that.
Oh my God. I do think that may be considered pansexual though, where you're attracted to their minds, if I'm correct.
maybe, but like,
I think what you're attracted to is like personality and vibes, as opposed to just the skin deep. You think?
yeah, but I don't know. I feel like that kind of gets like a little maybe that falls into like another I don't know. I actually don't really like putting labels on things because that's
Yeah.
where it gets confusing. But because like that's the same thing. Like I won't necessarily if we're talking about the sexual sense, but then remove it to like the friendship sense. Like I won't want to be friends with someone until I meet them and like or like talk to them, even though my friends are hyping someone up. Like, oh, they're so nice, blah 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 blah. I have to make my first like impression. or get I have to get a first impression from them.
Mhm.
So um, it's like the same with friends and fuckers. Um, so I don't know if that like would be considered pansexual. I don't know.
Right? That's what I'm not sure. Like the lines are a little vague, but I
And
love
you know
your
what? One day,
so.
sometimes I just want to fuck someone. So it could just like not even. It can change day by day.
Mhm.
I told someone the other day. I was like, I'm like Princess and the Pea. Like one thing could be like a little off, or it could be just right, and it's great.
I love that. Yes. That's so fucking awesome. But yeah, you just filming with who you want to film. Doing what you want to do in this industry. I love it.
So, what do you have? Like, I want to say this. So, we're recording a lot of stuff early because holidays and all that stuff coming up. So, what do you have that is either out, coming out soon, that you want to everybody to look out for?
um,
No, this comes out. This come out the 1st of December.
well, they've been throwing out the scenes within 2 to 3 weeks, so I think everything might be out by then.
Hmm.
They've been really fast with turnover. Plus, a lot of, at least from what I've been hearing, there's been because of like rebranding, a lot of studios have kind of like stopped filming for at least because we're at the end of summer. So people are picking up again, but I don't have anything. I don't think I have anything. Um,
I guess they might just have to
yeah.
search Megan mistakes to find out
Yeah.
what you have.
So, people out there, y'all listening, you're still with? I don't want to say this if you're not with the same agency, but you go to her Twitter, look at the agency she's with, and say, okay, she's with this agency, and I want you to go there and book her for everything that within reason. Like you've heard what she said that she's into. Don't come to her and say, "Well, Megan, I heard you on the podcast talking about pee." No, she said she's not into pee. Don't hit her up and saying, I want you to drip drip drip." Oh, no, she doesn't do pee pee. She doesn't do liquid. No, 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 no. And she would not be she would not pee on your foot. No, don't ask her to do that. That's
Well, no, I will pee on someone else's foot. I don't want to be peed on.
don't no
I'm
don't
okay with doing things to other people. I'm just very particular at what's
okay.
done to me.
You don't hit her up and say, "Hey, I want to do a shower scene where I pee on your foot." Don't ask her that. No, that's a no. But you if you want to book her for something and then say, you know what, Megan, you did an excellent job. Here's an extra $600, just off rip. You know what? She'd be down for that. Just she's all about having fun, not about making mistakes. So we gotta.
That's how you have fun. You make mistakes.
Exactly.
If you can't like laugh at yourself, then what are you doing?
I always say that. Don't take life too seriously.
Oh God.
Yeah.
You see,
That's like
you see, I have issues.
no, what I really want to come back to porn though is like more parody porn. Like more parody features.
See,
Love that
this
idea.
the thing is this. When I started doing stuff in porn is when all those were really coming out and they were really popular. Like Meet the Cosbys and This Is Not Friday or The Simpsons. All those Nell, who's Nell and Palin. All those were coming out when I first started doing stuff in the industry, and I miss those so much because they were so
There's
fun. And now
yeah.
the person
That
who,
was my intro to porn was The Hills Have Thighs. And I mean that's a horror movie, but they used to play it on fucking HBO.
oh my God,
That's funny though. I love that. Oh, the hills have
and
eyes.
I was at
Love
the
that name.
Porn Quest party, and I was telling somebody the best like a real script that someone can do because they were talking about doing a parody. I'm like, someone needs to do in it like you seen Escape Room, the horror movie?
Mm-mm.
Like you know what an escape room is, right? Like an escape
Yeah.
room. Yeah. So basic.
It's like Saw. It's a play off of Saw, right?
So yeah,
Yeah.
but I said someone needs to do an escape room movie. But the thing is like if you don't escape or the death, whatever, is someone having like getting freaked to death. So like
Well, you can't do
they
that.
they
I
they
know.
they no you can. Like you just have sex and then like it's like oh, and then they die and they go into the next scene. It's it's not like they're
I don't
getting.
know. Legalities are weird with those.
Well, it's not even like the legal. It's a Visa, MasterCard.
Mhm.
I mean, you can
That's
like
why we have a lot of rules on
well,
things.
no, no.
And
I mean a movie, not a scene. So if it's if
Oh,
it's a movie, you can do different things. You can buy the movie.
that's true. You can make it like a softcore flick.
Yeah. So I mean, no. If it's a, the thing is like you can't do like you can't post it up like a mini vid thing or OnlyFans thing. It has to
Mhm.
be like a movie type thing. So you can get away with things like that. That's why like P videos and all these other videos exist because you're marketing it as a movie, and you're selling it as a VHS. VHS. I said VHS, y'all.
He just ate himself for that one.
Oh my God. You're selling it as a DVD or whatever media that people use now.
I heard DVDs might come back though.
I said VHS. Oh my God.
Put it on an 8 track.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Jesus Christ. But you can sell it like that. So it's like a different form. But that's why I was telling him. I said it'd be a great idea. And then the last two people, yeah, it's just, different random stuff that rattles up here. But anyway, I forgot where I was going with this.
We
Megan,
were
what
talking about movies, parodies.
oh, movie parodies. So I agree that they definitely need to bring them back. And there are so many movies that need to be done at least over like movies they did in the past, or just something that needs to be updated for the current thing.
Mhm.
Done right, because people are releasing, movies now, but it's not a parody.
Yeah.
So
Right.
I feel like the issue in a sense is that parodies are high budget films, you know?
Right.
So are they? Oh, I thought
depends. It depends. It depends on what's going on. Because I can probably say his name. 'Cause no, Will Ryder was doing a lot of the early parodies,
you.
and he doesn't really do them anymore. And so yeah, but lot of the old movies used to cast the same people repetitively too. So
Yeah.
it kept hitting the same beats. So
Mhm. But still, I've always wanted to do a like Princess Jasmine kind of thing with a magic carpet ride.
I think there is a an Aladdin parody.
Damn, so I'm not the first to.
I mean you're not first to think about it, but you can always
But they've been
update.
remaking movies in Hollywood forever. Why can't we can do porn?
I mean it could do like a battle of the princesses and have everybody there fighting like
Yes,
not fighting over who's the best princess, and
that's
just
true.
have like, the princesses of Disney freaking each other.
That brings me to a great question. Megan, what princess do you think you would be?
Um, Probably Mulan because she was my favorite princess. Um, and I think it has one of the best soundtracks. So
Hmm,
I used to harass my cam room with the "I'll make a
Let's
man
get
out of you."
let's get
love
down to
that one.
business. The feet. It's in my phone.
It's
I love that song.
a
And
perfect karaoke song too.
Mm.
I've sung it at karaoke.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh, what's
So
the name of that song in the second movie? I really, really liked it when basically she was like singing to the kids. And it
I
was
haven't seen the second one.
the second one is God awful. And that's not
people say that a lot, but just
90,
I thought it was
95% of the people say it's God awful. I think it has the 14% on Rotten Tomatoes.
I thought it was great, but maybe when I first watched it, it was because I was a
You were
kid,
high.
teenager. So I just love Mulan in general. So that one I was like, you know what? I liked it. It wasn't as good as the first one, but
Mhm.
that, especially that one song, I fucking loved it. Uh, I'll show it to you later, but it was so cute. But yes, I think you would be an amazing Mulan. They
I'm gonna
really
phrase
should
that.
ask you for
It
that.
has a 0 on Rotten Tomatoes.
Y'all gotta be fucking kidding me.
Zero.
What?
Zero. Zip.
Not my
Zero.
Mulan. Come on.
My friend made me watch one and two back to back, and they warned me before I watched two that I would be disappointed.
That's so funny.
I loved the second one, so maybe I'm just weird and I have lower expectations of things or something. But I enjoy
What
things easily though, so maybe
is
that's
is that also your favorite Disney movie, or is it just Megan?
Oh, that's a question for me.
Yeah.
No, my favorite. That's that's a hard one because I don't consider myself a Disney adult, but I do really like Disney movies. Lilo and Stitch,
yes,
then
we're friends again.
Al- Alice in Wonderland because I do have her tattooed on me. Monsters Inc. That is like my all time, and Monsters University was really fucking good. Um, and then there's like one other Tarzan for the soundtrack since it's all done by Phil Collins. Um, and I can sing every single song from that one. Um, I feel like I might be missing one, but those are like I don't know the top five.
I'm gonna
I
tell
think
you
it's like
this.
five, six.
I know, I know for me, like the soundtrack is okay for Tarzan, but I was never a fan of the movie.
Oh, you just say it was okay?
I didn't. I like the songs, but I never liked the Tarzan movies. I've never liked the song. The songs are
Well,
great,
the movie is just mostly about the songs.
Mhm.
but
Like it's really just like a movie of songs because it like
Yeah,
you don't get that much like storyline.
it's like 'cause my favorite movie is Beauty and the Beast of Disney.
yeah, I
I've
love
always been a Beauty and the Beast fanatic, and like you said Little and Stitch. Her and someone else have infiltrated my house so much that like we have Stitch covers on one of the spare beds. A Stitch, what do they call it? Um, like a comforter, and so much of
Mhm.
Stitch random. If you go to my poor house, it is Stitch styles in there, and because they just stitched up my house.
that's right.
And
That's
I'm
so
not, I'm not, and
funny.
I'm not even the biggest Little and Stitch fan.
But
Like,
we
But
forced
they
you
have the
to.
best soundtrack too.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
And
see,
they like actually went like they went and studied Hawaii for like years
oh, I
before.
know, I didn't say the movie was bad. It's just, it wouldn't be in my top five.
Mhm.
Then what
And
are your
like,
top
it,
five?
like I don't know, just because I'm older than both of you all, but um, Beauty and the Beast, Rapunzel, Tangled, um, I
Mm.
love Tangled, um, Aladdin, Little Mermaid, and a goofy a goofy movie.
I love the Goofy
Oh,
movie.
see, a Goofy movie ruined pizza for me. Like, I still love pizza. The fact that pizza is not that like runny
Yeah.
makes me so sad.
Oh my
So,
God.
and I believe, like, and I would argue that, even though Beauty and the Beast is my favorite, I would argue that Tangled is the best put together movie. So, but that's just my opinion.
I don't think
And I love Disney movies. So if I ever have children and I have a little girl, like it would give me an excuse to go to all these movies without going by myself. What?
Get that. Get
Why is this grown man going to see a cartoon by himself? Don't judge me.
like that.
that's one thing that kind of sucks is like we have adult cartoons, but the moment you want to go see an animated movie, you're weird. But like, why can't we have cartoons?
Exactly. Mind you, I went to Lilo and Stitch in a Stitch onesie. Like I was ready, okay? My inner child was so happy.
It's
With I was I was just so happy with it. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm not gonna worry about what other people think of me in my little onesie, just walking around.
Yeah, it was crazy too because her and someone else both were in onesies,
Yeah, mind you,
taking pictures with random people.
it was like literally the same like weekend I think that it came out. So it was summertime. It was fucking hot as balls in that onesie. But I was like, yeah, so excited
oh,
for
you
it.
went during the day, not even at night, to where
Yeah.
like it's super cold and so onesie like
Oh
at
no,
nighttime.
they went to the very first showing on the very first day, and it was the pre-release.
Mm.
So it was the
Yeah.
pre-release of the movie that they drugged me to. Yeah,
That's how crazy we were about Lilo and Stitch. Like that's how insane I am about it. But yeah, that's definitely a Disney adult.
I was slightly a Disney adult until they started upcharging everything, and now I'm just like,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
not fun. Like, cause I like growing up here, I had like the little um passes and stuff like that, so we'd go all the time. But now I'm just like, I can't get the Disney spirit with all that money.
yeah. That's true. I get that. Like, I don't go that ham into it. I've never had like season passes or anything, but usually anything that has to do with Disney, I'm there for it. Like any new movie that comes out, I'm ready.
I
You just like
mean,
the animation studios. I wouldn't even really consider that like a Disney adult. The
Actually, you
sun is
know what?
coming in this way. I'm like getting washed out by
Get it?
the sun coming in. Um, but yeah, that's just enjoying. It's like if you like Marvel.
Yeah, that's true. I'm really big about animated films and like
And this room is normal. It's not like you have a whole Disney room. So,
mm, that is true. I have a whole basket of plushies though.
yeah, I feel like that's like everyone has those.
Right? Exactly.
I don't. All I have is my two little guys right here.
Yeah.
My little Bubba.
See,
Hmm.
I just collect cats, so I have three live animals.
This is all I have. My Bubba.
His little Bubba is so
Bubba.
cool.
Yeah, someone gave me that when I was in surgery, and I kept it
Oh,
around.
that's sweet.
That's my always on my computer.
Yeah.
Um, but no, I love Disney, but I've never been to the parks. No, I take that back. I went to Epcot because I was working there for something, but I've never been to the actual inside.
Well, now's a terrible time to go because they do like, what is it, dynamic pricing. Um, but back in the day, it was a lot better.
Yeah. Eesh. And mind you, right now they're about to do their like whole Halloween thing. So
Hmm.
I love going to those. Well, I've only been twice, so I don't know.
Trick or treating there, like we used to go trick or treating there, and that's really fun. It's just I wish like the prices weren't so crazy because like I don't know, it is fun and like you have to buy like fast passes now, and I'm like, why?
Yeah, that's insane.
And there really isn't a time like it. I guess growing up here, you always knew like the off season to go or what day to go, but now they just sell out the whole entire park, and so it pushes you to buy those fast passes. And a fun like a trip to Disneyland could easily for that day cost five to like $1,000.
Yeesh. No, thank you. I'd rather go to the beach, like
Right.
I'd rather go to the beach or just do a barbecue at home. Like I'm more of that kind of person, like just cheap experiences in a sense.
And like that's the thing. Disneyland was supposed to like essentially be made for like the everyday person. And there's no reason, absolutely no reason why it should be as expensive as it is when all they've done is add Star Wars Land.
Yeah.
They can't expand. They unless they tear down like the hotels around there, they can't do anything more with that park. So I don't know why they're upcharging so much.
So they can do the movies.
So they can do movies.
They
Yeah.
own everything.
Or do movies and or do more TV shows.
They just stole Hulu from us.
Yeah. Mind you,
Yeah.
that reminds me, Hulu and
Hulu
Disney
and
are both going up in price.
Hulu,
So
ESPN.
upset.
I saw that.
Yeah, I was like, ugh, not again. I just feel like they're doing it too often,
Right.
like we have our own subscriptions that we sell to people and we don't raise our prices that often. Like that is
No, because
insane.
then they'll yell at us and then tell us how evil we are.
Exactly. Like it is what it is. But anyways, what was I gonna say? I don't know. I feel like we got distracted with Disney.
We did.
Where I
I
I
was
can
going
talk about
to.
almost every single subject.
know. That's the awesome part about like not having a specific set of like things to ask. I love going with the flow and just getting to know you for who you are. So thank you
Right.
for
Yeah,
coming on with.
this is the longest conversation we had, Miss Megan. You are quite fun and
I told
excellent.
you I'm a
No,
yapper.
no, no, no,
Love
no, no, no,
it.
no, no, no. I'm saying like we've spoke like before the porn card play, we spoken in passing, but we never sat down and had a full on conversation. And you are really quite excellent, my friend. You are
Thank
really quite
you.
excellent.
Thank you for having me.
I've enjoyed this conversation. But yeah, tell everybody where they can find you because we went way over like our time. We really like we normally cut this off like an hour ago.
And we are not sorry.
That's literally what everyone always says. They're like, yeah, so we usually don't go this long, and I'm like, I can talk about a
No,
lot
you
of
are great.
things.
You are great. We just kept on going. We're going with the flow, and
No, I don't take it as like a bad thing. I
we've
always tell
taken up
people,
so much
yeah,
of your time. You're great. Like you're interesting, and I know like for a fact there's so much more that we could just talk about, and like we would love to have you back on one day in
yeah.
the future, whenever that is, and we could chat about other crap. Talk about Teletubbies or something. We're gonna now I'm thinking about Teletubbies. Where can everybody find you? Where everybody find you, buy your content and everything.
um, I do own my domain, so meganmistakes.com makes it easy for you. Because it's Megan Mistakes on Twitter. I'm not saying X. Um, honestly, if you Google me, if you just type in Megan Mistakes, all this I have amazing SEO, which I'm happy about. So a lot of things. Meghan Markle comes up, and then like the song that Maroon 5 and Megan the Stallion made together, because it's called Mistakes. And
Yeah.
so that pops up. But otherwise, like if you type in Megan Mistakes, like all my stuff pops up. So
Fuck yes, girl.
Sarah, real quick.
You guys can find me on iamsarahLace.com. All of my links and my social medias will be on there.
We are the Burbank Memphis on Facebook, and that's a lie. We are not that. We are the Burbank Memphis on Instagram, Burbank Memphis on Facebook and Twitter and Blue Sky and
Mhm.
BurbankMemphis.com. This is everything we do from fitness, photography, videography, Sarah stuff, everything that we do, because we do a lot because you know what? We like to be versatile. And
that time.
I'm Rawstar, RAWSCARR on Instagram, the Twitter, and on Blue Sky. Megan, I wish you the greatest success in everything that you do. You are a
Thank
joy,
you.
a pleasure, and an all-round like amazing human being. So we can't wait to see all you do in your future.
Thank you, and thank you for having me.
Of
All right.
course, I have to go research your squirt scene. I have to go see this.
There's only one.
All right.
Exactly. It was award worthy, so make sure
All
everyone
right.
can see it.
We will see you
We
all
need to
later.
find that person who voted for it.
All right.